Welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. I'm super excited to be back with the majority of you and to welcome at least one new student. So let's get started with Meet the Teacher and a little bit more about our classroom. So first, a little bit about me. This is my family. I have been married to my husband, Josh, for almost 9 years, and we have twin 5-year-old girls that will be starting their journey at Arno this year as kindergartners. This summer, we spent a lot of time camping, and it's definitely one of our favorite pastimes. I personally enjoy reading and gardening and spending a lot of time in the kitchen. Now, about my teaching career, I've taught at Arno as the elementary cognitively impaired classroom teacher for 13 years now. While it's been a wild ride, especially the last 6 months, I can't imagine a different career. I still absolutely love it. I still can't wait to continue teaching the kids every year. It's still, once August hits, it's still a very exhilarating feeling to get started out of the school year. So I graduated from Central Michigan University, Fire Up Chips, with my bachelor's degree, and I went to Marygrove College for my master's. As for our classroom family, currently we have 9 students. As many of you have experienced, we tend to grow in the school year. So I do have a few new students that will join our classroom, new to the district, that type of stuff. We do have one, Christiana, who is new to the district and will be joining our classroom family from the get-go. So I'm very excited to see all of the students and introduce them to Christiana and meet her myself in the next day or two. Besides myself as the classroom teacher, we also have 2 wonderful women that work with me in the classroom, Miss A and Mrs. Payton. They've been a part of our classroom family for many years now, and as many of you know, they're invaluable. They have really helped me daily in making sure that your child has a successful school year. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on the Back to School Zoom on Wednesday. And as I'm talking about that, let's get into the first 2 days this week, Wednesday and Thursday. So on Wednesday, September 2nd, there's the Meet the Teacher and material pickup. And our spot is at the corner of Cowalt and Thomas. And here you'll see the schedule of when you come. We're really trying to stagger where people are located and spread out. Please make sure that you warn your child that I will be wearing a mask, and Miss A and Mrs. Payton as well. So if you don't see us, if you don't recognize us, please let whoever comes to the car know who you're looking for. And then at 2 p.m., there's the class Zoom. It's going to be very informal because I'm sure the kids just want to chat and say hello and share their summer plans and all that kind of great stuff. Next week, we'll get into the big schedule, and I'll email you more about that on Friday. So that's Wednesday. On Thursday, I am not doing anything with the students. Each of you have received an email from me, and I will be emailing your child's email with the login document. And so that login document outlines how to get into Google, all the Google stuff, Google Slides, Google Docs, the classroom, the Gmail, all of that. It's all the same. And then it has Seesaw and some of the programs that we'll be using. We're not getting into the programs very fast. We're doing our normal routine. It takes us 2 or 3 weeks to truly get into the academic piece of school. We'll be doing little bits here and there as the weeks go on, just like we would do in the classroom. We really work on the expectations and what this is going to look like and all that kind of stuff, whether it's virtual or in person. That is what we do. So we're going to continue that to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for success for the school year. So on Thursday, what I'm asking you to do is you guys have all of that document. If you can log into those sites, into those programs, make sure that the logins work, because sometimes I do miss a step in my directions, or I mistype something and don't catch it. So please make sure you have logged in, and then schedule a question and answer session with me. And it's a half-hour block, and we can walk through any glitches that you're having, any questions that you may have, if something is confusing to you, that type of stuff. And I'll be able to like share my screen so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. And this is a link to the Zoom link for Wednesday. Here's a link to the Sign Up Genius if you haven't already signed up for a time slot. So that's Wednesday and Thursday. Now, the learning platforms we're using. We're using three main ones: Google Classroom, which is this one right here, Seesaw, and Zoom. So Google Classroom is what the entire district is using. So if you have another child, this is what your children are using. Our classroom code is right here. Now, Seesaw, if you have a younger child, their teacher may be using it. It's young 5s through 3rd grade are being encouraged to use it, but it's not a must. Google Classroom is a must. Seesaw, I've heard it called, and it's the perfect explanation, it's the Facebook for kids. I really struggled last year with Google Classroom because I couldn't ask you to post a video or a picture. And that's what I needed to have your students' work. And it was just one more step for you guys to do. With Seesaw, you can go right in there, type a comment, you can post a video, you can post a picture, you can respond with all of that right there. I can make it interactive. It's very, very fun. And then the last thing that you're going to use is Zoom. Now, Zoom is like how we present. It's going to be with our live teaching. We are starting to run into some problems with Zoom, such as it crashed last Wednesday worldwide. It, particularly on the East Coast, hello, that's us. It also, we are starting to notice some people jumping into Zooms that don't necessarily have the link. That's why we have the waiting rooms. And that's why when you first log into Zoom, you're going to be put in a waiting room, and I have to go in and click like admit you or admit all or whatever the case may be. So right now it's Zoom. If Google Hangouts continues to improve the way it is, it would be a very easy transition because it's right in Google Classroom. So we have that backup if Zoom continues to have some issues that are a little bit concerning to us as educators. Let me move my face a little bit out of the way. I'm going to delve into those in just a minute. This is our daily schedule. You can click on this and it goes to our daily schedule. Now, sorry, I'm moving myself all over the place. So this was sent to you guys, and to kind of break it down, anything, I tried to make it as clear as possible. So I did the color coding. Another thing, what you'll be getting on Friday, along with like our plans for next week and the coming weeks, you'll also get a schedule that looks exactly like this. The title will say Mrs. Jensen's Classroom Schedule with Zoom links. So all you'll have to do is whether you, I'll also send you your child's Zoom links, but so it's all in one place for everybody. If you want to check the schedule, all you'd have to say is click on Reading Group A. That's your child's time. It'll directly link you to the Zoom meeting. And that's going to be a recurring Zoom meeting. So it's not, the Zoom links aren't going to change a ton off of that first initial, like Reading Group A, Reading Group B, Reading Group C. So once I assign the groups on Friday, you will get not only this full schedule with the links, but also your child's individual, like such as your Sally is in Reading Group B, Math Group 2, and then here are the links for writing and social studies and science. Okay, and then I will also send you the problem solving with parents, and that's going to be an open forum. So like I'll just be on Zoom and you'll pop in if you have questions, concerns. It can be about tech, it can be about behaviors, it can be about the expectations, any of that. And then at the end of the day, it's kind of like a little bit of a wrap up for me. Finalize some things, send out those last minute emails, that type of stuff. Now, Fridays are a little bit different. Fridays are going to be a little bit more independent work. And in the meantime, I'll be in the classroom gathering up the next week's supplies. And you'll get a bin, and it'll have Ziploc bags in it that will say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. So like when I'm teaching on Monday and I say, okay, I need you to grab your first author sheet, you can go in the Monday folder, grab it, and it's good to go. So that's what I'll be doing in the mornings on Fridays. And then in the afternoon, after our whole group first author, our author's chair, I will be going to exchange a porch drop off. Now, let's go back to the schedule. So we kind of chatted about the schedule a little bit. And then the best way to contact me is through email or Remind. Many of you are already on Remind. Here's a link to join this year's classroom, but truthfully, if you're already on Remind, don't worry about it. This is if you are not on Remind, and this is like a text, but it's anonymous. So like once you register, I'll see, Sally Field is up there, but I don't see her number, and you won't see mine. So let's go back home. This is an interactive PowerPoint, so if you click on any of these, it'll take you directly to that page. Now, let's take a look at Google Classroom real quick. When you go into Google Classroom, this is what you will see. And then you can always join the class through that link, click join a class, or there are invites in your child's email to join this year's classroom, which is different than last year's. This is what you will see. The stream can get pretty cluttered. So personally, I like to go to the classwork piece. Your version and my version will be a little bit different so that it's very point blank. And I'll be labeling it like week of 9-7. And then it'll have your child's assignments or the plan for the week, that type of stuff. So you can go to the stream. The stream I'll be posting, like for instance, I posted the Seesaw information. I also have a Bitmoji classroom. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I will do that eventually. And then here is Seesaw. So because we don't have any posts yet, it looks a little bit different. And then there's a journal, there's activities, so like I can go in and assign your child activities, and I will be. So sometimes on the lessons plan, it'll say like log into Seesaw and access the chrysanthemum activity. And then it's an interactive activity for your child to complete. Once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. And I am extremely excited for this school year and all that it is going to bring us. All right, so here's the last screenshot of our contact me. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. That is the best way to get me, especially since we're virtual now. I'm sure we'll chat with you soon, and I can't wait to see you on Wednesday.